Good morning, everyone. We want to welcome you all to Reading 365. I am Floyd Stokes, and I have this big smile on my face because I am joined by Sara and Miss Reed. And most important is Lev is going to be helping us read today. Miss Reed and I go way back 15, 20 years. She was a reading specialist for the Harrisburg School District for a number of years. And I met her, and we've been friends ever since. Just a wonderful literacy advocate. And she can add, as of a few years ago, author to her name. She is going to be sharing one of her books, just a fantastic book with us. But first, we're going to hear from Sara. Sara and Lev are going to be sharing a board book. I think, Sara, this is the first board book that has been shared on Reading 365. And you can see she's a superwoman. She's multitasking. She works for a healthcare system, a hospital. She's trained pediatric doctor, a nurse, but she is now working in IT. And she's a mom. And she's just a fantastic mom. Look at her. Lev is eating, and she's going to be sharing a book with us. Sara, what do you have to share with us this morning?
So the book I have is called Hug Time by Patrick McDonnell. And it turns out he's also the illustrator as well. He's a cartoonist. And I actually do not know who sent me this book, but when Lev was born, we got a bunch of books from family and friends. And this turns out to end up being one of his favorite books, aside from obviously his Bubby's book. This is one of his favorite books, and I chose to read it today. Yeah, this is a book. This is one of your favorite books. I chose to read it today because a couple things. Even though we're all stuck at home right now for the most part, not seeing our friends and our family, it talks about hugs and showing kindness to people. So in the book, he does travel all around the world to give hugs, yes. But you really don't have to. You can call someone up, you can FaceTime, we're all showing each other kindness here today. So I thought that was an important message to kids today. And also the other point is that he travels all around the world. So just like in my mom's book, you can learn about so many different places without even leaving your home, just by opening up a book.
Yes, beautiful. And it looks like Lev is saying, I love people, but I don't want people to know my secret, this wonderful book.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll leave you and we'll be back after you share the book. Thank you.
Okay. All right, so this is Hug Time. There was once a kitten so filled with love, he wanted to give the whole world a hug. Hug the whole world? Will that make it better? As Jules nodded yes, Doozy helped with his sweater. Yeah, there's Jules, and there's his friend helping him get ready to go. There was no one this kitten wanted to miss, so he made and checked twice a hug to-do list. You can see it's really long. It's a really long list. He hugged his best friends, Mooch, Noodles, and Earl. Those are his friends. He wanted to give them a big hug before he left. A butterfly, a buttercups, and a little gray squirrel. He hugged all the birds he could find in the park. So many to hug before it got dark. Wow, so many birdies in the park. Jules jumped on a boat and set out to sail, and soon he spotted a big blue tail attached to a huggable big blue whale. Wow, that's a big whale. The boat docked in Africa, and Jules kissed the ground. The earth so precious, so fragile, so round. He hugged an elephant. Love, this is your favorite page. The elephant. Wow. and a chimpanzee, a giraffe. Wow, look at that, with a long neck, a hippo, and a baobab tree. That's a special tree in Africa. Wow. That. Exploring the rainforest by foot and canoe, Jules discovered a species brand new. Kneeling, he whispered, "We welcome you." Wow, because he's very kind to everybody that he meets. Traveling on, he hugged a gnu, a panda, a peacock, a petite poodoo. Wow, these are some animals I've never even heard of. A wallaby, a wombat, and a humu fish, number 306 on his hug to-do list. Wow, it's a lot of hugs to give. But at the North Pole, Jules sadly found what it will be like with no one around. So Jules was surprised when his tail got a tug, and a polar bear asked, "Would you like a hug?" Aww. Oh, there's the polar bear giving Jules a hug. The world is so big. You can see, wow, it's so big. He's in a boat on the ocean. And yet so small. It's time that we embrace it all. You want to see? That's something that we can all do. Start with the one that's closest to you. Hug time. The end. And on the back, there's a heart with the earth on it.
Wow, that was so cute. That was so cute. It makes me want to go to the next room and just hug my little baby Olivia in Madison. No, thank you, Sarah. That was cute. And you can tell he loves his book, right?
Yeah, your book.
Awesome.
It's not covered in
my...
pieces. Oh, well.
Wonderful. So we're going to talk a little bit more about hugs, right? Hug time. After Miss Reed shares her book. And Miss Reed, we want you to share your book. You have a book for us, and you actually have a globe too, right?
I surely do. I got the whole world in my hands. I got the whole world in my hands. Yes, I do, because it's so important to learn about where you live in the world. And here's just a special book that a 15-month-old is learning about the world, about different animals and listening so beautifully to his mother's story. It's so special. Oh, are we on, Floyd? Oops.
Yes, you are on. You're good.
Okay, good. Okay. So my name is Debra Hervitz, and of course, Floyd calls me Mrs. Reed because he knows I know it's important that children read and parents read to their children. And today I am reading a special book that Floyd helped me write. He was my mentor and helped me write a book. And of course, it's a geography book for young children. And this book is so special because it's about children who live in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Raise your hand if you live in Harrisburg. Woohoo! I hope all of you do. There might be other children around the world, like Lev lives in Baltimore, Maryland. Well, it's titled Where I Live, a first geography book for young children in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. And here you have a map of Pennsylvania. And before I start, I'm going to get on the rocket ship and we're going to fly to outer space. And we're going to count back 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off. And now we're out in outer space. Here we go. I am up in a rocket ship and I can see the 8 planets in our solar system. Their names are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Pluto, we're not quite sure if it's a planet. It goes back and forth. I live on the planet Earth, and there's the moon. The Earth is made up of big bodies of water you see in blue. and big pieces of land in green. And there's animals all around the world. Pandas here and cows over there and llamas and giraffes. The big bodies of water are called oceans. There are 4 oceans on the planet Earth. They are the Atlantic, Pacific, Arctic, and Indian Ocean. And I have a song. Atlantic is one of our oceans, Pacific and Indian too. The Arctic is often forgotten. I'll try to remember, won't you? Atlantic, Pacific, Arctic, and Indian too. Earth's 4 oceans. I'll try to remember, won't you? Not the best singer, but I try. I love to learn through songs. The big pieces of land are called continents. There are 7 continents. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In purple, North America. In blue, South America. In a lighter pinkish purple, Africa. Red, Europe. Orange, Asia. Australia in yellow, and white, Antarctica, where we have penguins. And in Africa, we have giraffes and llamas in South America, cows in North America, and we have lots of animals all over the world. I live on the continent of North America. The ocean that I live near is called the Atlantic Ocean. And there we see dolphins swimming in the Atlantic Ocean. And my daughter, Sara, she wanted to be a dolphin trainer when she was little, but now she's a nurse. You can be whatever you want to be. The continents are made up of countries. The country I live in is called the United States of America. Every country has a capital city. The capital city of the United States of America is Washington, D.C. The United States has 50 states. I live in the state of Pennsylvania, just like most of you do. Every state has a capital city. The capital city of Pennsylvania is Harrisburg. Hip, hip, hooray, we live in Harrisburg. States are made up of many counties. The county I live in is called Dauphin County. Counties are made up of many cities, townships, and boroughs. Some people live in the city of Harrisburg or in an area near Harrisburg. What is the name of your city, township, or borough? And there's Harrisburg. We're the star right there. And that's the river that flows through Harrisburg. And the name of that river is the Susquehanna River. And this is a map of Harrisburg. And here we have the Susquehanna River. We have Camp Hill over here and Harrisburg over here. And Camp Hill's a borough. And we have Fort Hunter up here by the river, the Capitol building. We have libraries all over Harrisburg area. And we have on this map Market Street and Hurst Street and Route 22 and Paxton Street. Lots of different streets in Harrisburg area, and Linglestown Road as well. And they all lead eventually to Hershey. That's near Harrisburg. So in my book, you can also draw a picture of where you live. And I have games in the book that you can play with your family. And then this part is so special. It says all about me. My name is, my address, the county I live in, the city, the state, the country, the continent, the planet, and the river that flows through Harrisburg, which is the Susquehanna River. That's all such important information that we need to know about ourselves. And then you'll know where you live in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Thank you for listening, everyone.
Wow.
Let me get
Thank
back.
you so much, Miss Reed.
Oh, you're
We
welcome.
appreciate you so much.
Thank you for inviting me.
No, it's awesome. Can you tell people where they can find your book?
Oh,
Your
that's so,
fantastic resource.
well, that's so sweet of you. I was inspired, as you know, Floyd was my mentor. He helped me write my book because I had no idea how to write a book. We ran literacy nights for years together at Camp Curtin School, and he said, it's time to write your book. So I was taking my daughter Sara to college, University of Pittsburgh Nursing School, and she said, Mom, it's time to write your book. That's Sara Lesser with little Lev there. He's smiling. And
He's pretty happy. Sara, you can unmute your mic.
If you say
We want to hear it. We want to hear Lev.
He's saying Bubba. He calls me Bubby, Bubba. So anyhow, so Sara took out her iPad. She said, Mom, it's time to write your story because she was in my first grade class when I taught geography at the Silver Academy. So she remembered the story as well. So we're traveling on the Pennsylvania Turnpike, going towards Pittsburgh, going west on the Turnpike. In fact, my Turnpike's in my Pennsylvania book. We're traveling on the Turnpike, and we on our way to Pittsburgh is how we wrote the book on her iPad. At that point, I didn't even know what an iPad was, but thank goodness she had it. And Floyd, you'd sit down with me and help guide me to write my book. And then now I have two wonderful books of Harrisburg and the state of Pennsylvania.
Yes.
And yes, this book is the Pennsylvania book. Actually, the Harrisburg book was over 4,000 copies out there. But the Pennsylvania book is sold in the state capitol building, which is real honored. I mean, they have like very few children's books there. So they know the importance of geography. The Learning Source in Camp Hill, great place. They're my biggest cheerleader. They're the only place in this area that teaches educational materials. And this is the #1 book that they sell at their store.
Of course,
It's also,
of course.
of course. That's what they tell me.
It's a fantastic book.
Art
Yeah.
Museum and Midtown Scholar and other places around the area that sell my book in Cumberland County. I haven't gotten much further than Harrisburg and Carlisle.
But no, it's a wonderful, wonderful resource. I want to get back to Sara and Hug Time. You know, Sara, you know, you have the book right there and you have Lev there. You know, can you tell us, you know, the importance of story time and the joy that you have sharing stories with Lev? Do you have another child or no?
Nope, he's my first.
Okay, so he's your first. Okay, good. Your story time with Lev. I can't keep up with Mrs. Hervitz's grandkids. I'm sorry. She has a lot of wonderful grandkids. Go ahead. Yes.
Well, you know, of course, I learned from my mom and dad that reading is really important, and because it can really take you places and you can learn about anything that you want to learn about. You can escape from things for the moment. But I can just see, I mean, he just can grab any book and his eyes just widen up. Like get bright-eyed when he opens up the book and sees you know, trucks and trains and things that he sees in real life, but not all the time since sometimes we're inside. So he can just see his favorite things just by opening up a book. And he learns about new words and songs. So, you know, about different people, different cultures. He can learn so many different things. And, you know, he might not remember it all right now, but it's still really cool to see. And I can just put him on the ground and he'll crawl right to his books and open them up just to look through them. So it's really cool to see.
And he is remembering. He's remembering what's in those books.
Yeah. And so Miss Reed, you know, you have your book, Where I Live, and you know, a few years ago you were able to get it published, and you know the joy in having your own book. Can you tell us some of the key points in that book or the importance of geography for kids?
Well, exactly what Sara was saying. It's so important to know where you live. And when you open up a book and you're reading about places around the world, you want to know where they're located. Where are these places located around the world? So it's good to have a globe in your house. It's good to have maps in your house. I even have my nephews, my grandchildren too. I gave them, if they had shower curtains, if they needed shower curtains in the bathrooms, they were mapped shower curtains, which you can get online, and they're very inexpensive. I think Bed Bath & Beyond sells them. And it's a map of the world, and they're taking a bath and they're reading about the world that they live in and all the different places, and it's building vocabulary and language. And then when you open up a book, they'll know where they are when they're reading a place in the world, which is so important. So it's building language. Even a 15-month-old is learning. You know, we all know the importance of reading to young children, and so important. And to have all these wonderful young children listening to these stories, it's building their brain at the same time.
Yes. And you know, it's so such an honor to have you and your daughter and Lev share in Storytime. I want to make sure that we recognize that, you know, this mother-daughter reading time together, and you know, the generations continue. You have, you know, 3 generations right here on Zoom sharing stories together, and it's the gift that keeps on giving.
I think so true.
Yeah, when you're able to read together. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Lev.
Thanks for having me.
And I read to Lev. I read to him on FaceTime all the time. We read together. He
Oh,
loves it.
wonderful.
Oh my goodness. Brown bear, what do you see? I see Lev looking at me.
Oh, there he knows the song. Look at
Oh,
it.
he's looking for the book too.
You make me want to break out. The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round, all through the town. Oh, brown bear, brown bear.
He knew it was down there. He knew it. See, it's amazing. See how important it is to read to young children as soon as they can.
He wants the book. Sarah,
Yeah.
you're teasing. Give him the book. Stop it.
That's what it's all about. Mom,
Exactly. Guys, thank you. Such a
Oh.
joy. Thank you so much for. Thank you, Lev. You want to read the book to us?
Thank you.
I think he does.
I think he does.
Yeah.
Yes, brown
Mama.
bear.
He said, Mama. Thank you so much. It's an honor to be on this program. I appreciate it so much.
Thank you.
It's a
Don't be a
wonderful
stranger,
program.
both of you.
We'll be back on again. We're picking out a favorite book out.
Please do. Please do.
Okay.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, everyone. Have a great day.
You
Thank you for
too.
joining us for Reading 365.
Bye.
Bye-bye.